Hello friends, family and other people from all over the world. Today's recipe is lesson 8 and it's world famous pork chops. This is a huge success with bed and breakfasters who come to stay with us and eat. I usually cook it on the first night because everyone likes it. So it's for friends, family and Jacob particularly likes it. It's a complete meal today, so everything's going to be ready at the same time for you to eat because I thought I'd do the accompaniments as I would normally cook them. I hope you're still enjoying all of this because it takes a lot of effort for someone who's very technologically challenged to put together. I'm enjoying it and I hope you are. I hope you're using all of the recipes. Please follow us on YouTube by following the link on the Facebook share. If you go to YouTube, can you please like us, share us and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching me and hope you enjoyed this recipe. Today's recipe is world famous pork chops. It's world famous because I always cook it on night one for guests we have, not family, but guests who come to stay at our little B&B. It's our Jacob's favourite as well. He loves this because he loves all things pork. So basically you need 1 pork chop per person, or 2 if you're greedy, 1 clove of garlic, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1 glass of white wine or apple juice, or a drop of water will do, 1 to 2 cups of single cream, mushrooms 2 to 3 per person if you want to put them in. To accompany that today we're going to have pan-fried potatoes and green beans with mushrooms. Because I've not got any mushrooms, fresh ones, I'm going to use preserved porcini that I've got, so it's porcini mushrooms with it. So we're going to be living the high life today. I'm also going to make banana bread, and that'll be the dessert for lesson number 4. So it'll be banana bread is 4D dessert, and it'll accompany your homemade fried chicken menu. So here are the ingredients: 2 pork chops, 1 clove of garlic, 1 tablespoon of mustard. You can either use the grain or the smooth mustard. I'm actually going to use the grain mustard today because I want to finish that pot off. A glass of white wine or apple juice or water to deglaze the pan. Obviously it's better with wine or apple juice. It's a bit bland with your water, but never mind. 1 to 2 cups of single cream. I'm probably only going to use 1 cup of that for Mark and myself. And mushrooms if you want to put them in, because it then becomes world famous pork chops with mushrooms. I'm not going to use these mushrooms because the scabby little ones I just found in the fridge. I'm actually going to start our new freezer veggie bag for stock with those ones. To accompany the chops today, I'm going to have green beans with mushroom. You can use just ordinary mushrooms, but we're going to have ceps or porcini. They grow wild here, and this is from my when did I do them? October, when my grandson Jacob and Mark picked ceps. So I've processed those. They've been sterilised. I've cooked them in olive oil and sterilised them in a water bath for quite a while. And we're going to use half of those with the beans today, and the other half we'll have mushroom omelette tomorrow. 4 small to medium potatoes, because they're going to be pan fried, so we need a bit more than usual of those. So that's 2 each for us, but use as many as you want. Okay, I'm starting today with the vegetables because I want the potatoes to be boiled. So I'm going to do it in sequence of actually preparation. So potatoes which have been washed, peeled, and keep the peelings for our freezer veggie stock bag, and cut them into slices of about quite thick slices. So the potatoes have gone into cold water with a teaspoonful of salt, and once they come to the boil, they're going to boil for about 10 minutes. Normally potatoes would take 20 minutes, 25 minutes, but for these ones I only want them 10 minutes. Okay, so I've peeled the garlic and taken the little germ out of the middle of it, and now I've got them in the frying pan with a tablespoon of olive oil ready for the chops. Here are the chops now. I'm just going to put some salt on them and a bit of pepper, and then I'm going to pop them into the pan where the garlic is warming with the oil, and that'll give off some flavour to the oil before the chops go in. Okay, so I've salted and peppered the pork chop on one side, so I'm just about to put it into the pan. There's going to be quite a big sizzle here, Johnny, down, so we can move back a bit.
Johnny, you'll back up.
Okay.
Wasn't that big a sizzle?
Oh no, it's quite a big sizzle up. And I'm actually going to put some more salt. I've salted one side, so I'm now going to salt the other side. And a little bit of pepper. Ready for when I turn it over in a second, okay? Right, they're going to fry on that side for probably 5 minutes. Then I'm going to turn them over, do the same on the other side. Okay, now the garlic has been sort of frying, and as you can see it's cooked, it's nearly burnt, because I missed that part. Be sure you don't burn it, and what I do, I just rub it over the pork chop, like that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm just going to leave it on the top there until it's time to turn them over. And do the same this side as well. Now, you may be wondering why I put the spoonful of olive oil in when there's going to be fat coming off the chops. If you've got really good non-stick pans, don't bother to put that teaspoonful of oil in. Unfortunately, my non-stick is unstuck, so I'm forced to put some oil in to stop them sticking. So there you go. Again, and then leave that there, and I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so they've been on for about 5 minutes, so I'm just about to turn them over now. There they are, beautifully browned. Same with the other one. Then with a little bit of garlic again, I'm just going to rub it over the meat. Get that garlic. If you hate garlic, of course leave it out, you don't have to use it, but we love it, so, and it's really good for your health, so try and use it if you can, yeah. Okay, so they've got another 5 minutes on that side now, and then we come back to them. Okay, so I've just melted some a tablespoon of olive oil and half an ounce of butter into a frying pan, and I'm going to add the frozen green beans. They've been sitting out, so they're sort of half thawed, half frozen. And I've used frozen because really green beans aren't in season now. Although you will be able to buy them in your shops because they're imported from all over the place. So the green beans are in the frying pan, and I'm going to just turn them over in the fat, which is the butter and olive oil. Then I'm going to add half a glass of water and cover them and cook them French style rather than boil them to death English style. Putting a glass of water this side into the beans. Then I'm going to cover them, and then I'll leave them cook out for a while. Pork chops are cooked on both sides now. I've just put my oven on to 160 degrees. I'm going to put those onto a tray now to finish cooking them in the oven, and they'll also have the potatoes on that tray in a second. Potatoes are cooked, and I've just drained them off. There are the beans now bubbling away, and the intention is that all that water evaporates off. I'm going to put a lid on halfway on, because it then keeps some of the water in and it'll take a little bit longer. Potatoes are drained, and I'm just about to show you what to do with those. Now I'm going to deglaze the pan with a glass of white wine, but as I said, you could use water or apple juice. Apple juice is really good because the pork really takes to the apple. So there's my glass of wine going in now. And the reason you deglaze is just to scrape all those lovely juicy meaty bits off the bottom of the pan. you're going to boil this until the alcohol actually burns off. So what happens is with the heat the alcohol will just evaporate off and you'll just be left with this lovely residue in the bottom. So you can see that all that's reduced down now. So you've got the pan's deglazed, the alcohol's burned off, you've got the mustard in there, and I'm now going to add a glass or a cup of the cream.
Always healthy eating with Fanny.
Yes, you can't get enough dairy, can't have enough cream, can't have enough butter. So I'm just going to mix that round now. Bring that back to boil, and then your sauce is done. Now you've got two alternatives. You can either put your pork chops in that and put them in the oven for 10-15 minutes, or you can serve it separately. I'm going to serve it separately. So the sauce is done. So there it is, bubbling away. So I'm just about to put it into a gravy boat or a sauce boat, and then that's ready to serve. So there it is in my sauce boat, looking all yummy. Just getting ready to fry off the potatoes now. So I've got about half an ounce of butter in there, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm just about to add the potatoes. I'm going to put some chopped sage in with my potatoes because sage and pork goes really well together. So I've just popped the potatoes in now, all around the pan, and they're going to have about 2 or 3 minutes on one side, then I'm turning over to the other side. I've just popped a small bit of onion in there as well because we like it with the potatoes. You can also add garlic and onion if you want, but it's not obligatory. You can just have the potatoes on their own. I'm just turning the potatoes over now. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, I've already turned that one over. A bit of sage there. Good, the onions, just going to put those in. Because I need Johnny really for this, the filming and the cooking. There you go, so I'll turn all of those over and then cook them on the other side. They are all turned over, so they're nicely browned on one side, and the same thing's going to happen to the other side. Just keep giving the onions a stir because you don't want those to stick and burn, yeah? Side of them all nice and browned. So I'm now going to take them off the heat and transfer them onto the same tray with the chops to go in the oven for about 10 minutes. My mushrooms, the porcini for you guys, or steps here in France. Because they've been preserved, they need to be fried off a bit. So what I suggest you do with your mushrooms for your beans is fry them off about the same time. So you're going to have 2 to 3 per person, so you can either leave them whole or I'd slice them because then they go right through the beans. So I'm going to cook the porcini off for a little while to dry them off, and then I'm going to add my beans to that, and then we're ready to go. You're ready, they only take about 2 or 3 minutes. Now I'm going to tip in my green beans, stir those through. Now, because I didn't salt the beans, I'm actually going to put a little half a teaspoon of salt in there and some pepper. So there you have it. I've stirred it around a bit now and put green beans with porcini or ordinary mushrooms in your case. So I thought I'd show you my fantastic plating techniques today, which is nil. So I've just put a spoonful of the sauce on the plate. I'm just about to put the chops on. There's the chop with the little bit of garlic left on top because we like to eat that. Potatoes with the onions on top for me. Potatoes without the onions on top for Mark. So there it is, green beans and ceps or porcini as well. And I'm going to pour some of the sauce over the chop now, and then it is absolutely finished. There it is finished. As you can see, my plating skills are just the same as everyone else's. I put it on a plate. So that's it for today. Bon appetit and enjoy.